Hi there, my name is Dr. Navida Dolopo. I am a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I have been a licensed acupuncturist here in California and I am board certified. You can find my work at Elements in Harmony, Acupuncture and Chinese Herbs, and it's been a true privilege to serve Southern California since 1999. And today I'm actually going to talk to acupuncturists. You can check out my other business at successfulacupuncturists.com. I do contract with the Academy of Acupuncture. I teach the business acumen of successful acupuncturists with Dr. Eileen Hahn and some amazing staff at the Academy of Acupuncture. So do check us out at the Academy of Acupuncture.com. So again, you can find my work at Elements in Harmony, Acupuncture.com, as well as my work with my acupuncture students at successfulacupuncturist.com. So why do I want to make this video for acupuncturists today? Well, in one of my forums, someone had sent a screenshot of someone who's in a pretty desperate position as a licensed acupuncturist who has put in 5 years into the field, into her profession as an acupuncturist, and she's not making good money. This is a public post. It was brought to me by someone and he screenshot it, and I want to address it. Now, I've been a licensed acupuncturist since 1999, and I'm grateful and very privileged to say that recently I have become a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine with Pacific College of Health and Science. When I earned my master's degree, cum laude, from Pacific College of Oriental Medicine, that was 1998. At the time, if it matters, it's on my diploma. Now, when we graduate, they don't put our GPA information, but if it matters to some of you who are academic, I graduated with a magna cum laude GPA. I got all A's and 189%. I share this because some people are very academia based. They care more about grades than they care about results, which is why I started off saying these are my results. So I'm very results oriented with both my patients as well as my acupuncture business students. So while I was in my doctorate program, I wrote this paper, and I just printed it out. How to make more money in your acupuncture practice. This was for Dr. Tuesday Wasserman's class, Practice-Based Learning. I'm grateful to share that in February 2022, she nominated me and I was Student Spotlight of the Month for February, and that's quite an honor for me. So a little bit of my personal journey. When I graduated in 1998, I was single. I got married in 2002. In 2004, I started having kids. I didn't want to borrow more money when they then started to have the doctorate program. So there was no doctorate program for licensed acupuncturists in the late 90s, at least when I graduated. And so when they started to have it, that's when I started having kids in 2004. And I was 30. When I was 36, I had my second child. That was 2010. And then at 43 years old, with the powers of Chinese medicine and a nice surprise, I had my now 4-year-old. I had him in 2017. And so I had focused, while building my practice, on having children. That's important because if you look at my website at elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, you'll see that part of my specialty is the most difficult, some of the most challenging fertility cases. And I tell these professional women, it's not fair. I know it's not fair, but we do have to make a choice oftentimes as women in choosing our career or choosing to make a family. And it's a very special situation when you can have both. I have been privileged to have both, but it came at a cost. So I was not able to go into my doctoral program until COVID. I was able to go online and do 30 hours of my work outside of the online. So if it wasn't for COVID, I would have been way too busy to be able to go to the school that I wanted to go to. I am a product of Pacific College of Oriental Medicine, and then for my doctoral program, Pacific College of Health and Science, which is basically the same school. They just changed their names. So I'm from the San Diego campus, and then for the doctoral program, it was obviously online. I have a great practice here in Orange County, and it was because of Dr. Eileen Hahn, the #1 apprentice of the late Grandmaster Dr. Richard Tefutan, that she's the one who originally created this class, The Business Acumen of Successful Acupuncturists, and I just kind of ran with it and created successfulacupuncturist.com. One of my most prized results is that during COVID, I call my students my elite black belts, those that pay me, not my free students, those that actually hire me as a business coach. I call them my elite black belts because I am working with licensed practitioners, doctors of acupuncture and oriental medicine, doctors of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I'm working with some really diligent, hardworking acupuncturists, so I give them the esteem of calling them elite black belts because that's what you guys are. So 6 of my elite black belts opened up practices during COVID, during 2020, and they are still thriving. It means a lot to me because many people were closing their doors. My own practice, people were driving from Bakersfield. I'm in Orange County. People were driving over an hour to come see me. San Diego, Riverside, Santa Barbara, few hours away. Some of them would fly down, Victorville. So, and when it wasn't COVID, there are people who actually come and stay for a few weeks to be with me just to get treatments. I'm very privileged to say this. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you that when you're good at what you do, people will come and invest in you. So I'm going to share with you this public post that was made to my attention. I think it's kind of sad because this woman, she's not making money. And I know I didn't make a profit from 1999 to 2006. So if this video gets to you, I get it. I get it. My friends, I was 20 when I enrolled in Chinese medicine school. I was 26 when I was licensed, and a lot of my friends were becoming professionals, lawyers, nurses, doctors, engineers, architects. They were making money. They were able to buy cars and houses, and there's this thing called delayed gratification, and I didn't know that's what I was practicing. And it wasn't until I met Dr. Richard Tefutan, March 6, 2006, 7 years after I had gotten licensed, almost 7 years, that I learned how to build a practice. You have to have strong mental grit in doing this. So I know what it takes to build a practice where you can see over 100 patients a week. During my education with the doctoral program, for a few years, I had to drop down to 70 plus patients. 60 plus patients a week is slow for me. I pay for all the activities. I pay for my 1,600 square foot office. Orange County is not cheap. We go half and half in our mortgage. My kids, I train jiu-jitsu. I do private lessons every week. My kids, Anais, she's 12. She dances 9+ hours a week. She's in 2 teams. She's in 3 teams really. Last year, my daughter, my now college student, was concert mistress, and she was also in a few teams. And my son just joined jiu-jitsu. He takes swimming lessons. These activities I pay for, plus my bills. So I'm explaining to you, my husband shared with me, he's in IT. He said, it's not that people love money, it's they love what money can do for you. And I thought that was genius, because without money, you can't do things. With money, you can travel, you can do, you can stay in hotels, you can buy a car. I'm grateful. My daughter just took the I3. She's 18. She just got licensed this year. So she needed a car. She's in college, and that costs money. So the nannies, I have 2 nannies, they took my van. So I got a Tesla X, and I love my van, but I wasn't going to buy a car that requires gas. So I'm grateful to have that privilege to purchase a car. I mean, these are things that these are tangible things that I was not able to afford from 1999 to 2006. I'm sharing with you some of the personal things in my life so you understand, I understand what it's like to not make a profit from 1999, June 22, to March 6, 2006. And after I met Dr. Richard Tan, he taught me how to create a practice. So January 24, 2007 was my last paycheck from another company. That was 2007. It is now 2022. So I hope that impresses upon you that I know what it's like to have the agony and the sadness. And I wanted to quit a million times, and I literally almost quit again before March 6, 2006. I'm not telling you to become a balanced method acupuncturist. Those people who hire me as a business consultant, go to successfulacupuncturist.com. There are enough testimonials there for you to see my work. There are video testimonials, there are written testimonials. The platform and the way that the methodology of me promoting my other business is pretty much the same formula I do to create my acupuncture practice. People want to see, if you're competent, am I competent? Can I lead you to the promised land? Can I take away your pain? Can I help you make more money? Yes. If you join my Telegram group, the free one, the Business Acumen of Successful Acupuncturists, just telegram me at 1-619-341-4341. Text me, and I will include you in the free program so you can see the kind of work that we do. And then if you decide that you really want to train with me, you can take my Zoom classes that I teach privately with my groups, or you can take, I teach once or twice. This year I taught twice with the Academy of Acupuncture, and you get 4 CEUs per class with the Academy of Acupuncture. And if you decide I want to do this, I have a $75 a month program, $100 a month program, and $500 a month program. So if you're ready and you want to make the investment, and you can cancel anytime, you might want to consider training with someone who knows what it's like to lead people to treat 50, 80, 100 plus patients a week. And if you just want to see 30 patients a week, that's fine too. Anyways, that's a little bit about me. So here's the post that was shared to me. I've been thinking for quite a while now about changing careers. I'm devoting the next 4 to 6 months to physical training to become a police officer. The stability of this profession is not great where I am located. I find myself wanting more, and after being in business for 5 years, I feel like it's time to move on to something more stable financially. I won't completely throw away acupuncture, but it will not be my primary source of income for the rest of my life. I wish I had known then what I know now. If I had, most likely wouldn't have went to If I knew then what I know now, I wish I had known then what I know now. If I had, I most likely would not have gone to acupuncture school. I don't completely regret it, but the amount of debt I took on is not going away, making $40,000 a year. Police officers start at $60,000, and by your 5th year, $110,000 annually. The choice seems pretty simple. Wish me luck. I make a lot more than $110,000. And I'm here in Orange County, and I'm a cash practice. I walked away from insurance in 2008. You want to listen to people who've been where you're at. I know where you're at. I know. I cannot overemphasize that I struggled from 1999 to 2006. I know what it's like. My initial rate is $200. I ask for my patients to give me up to 3 hours. And my follow-up treatments are $90 without a private consultation. That's their discounted rate for a year. And then, if they want, private consultations, 10, 30, 50 minutes, then those are, there's higher rates. I have not taken insurance till 2008. If you want to take insurance, absolutely take insurance. And I have students who take insurance, and I build their acupuncture clientele based on insurance. And there are acupuncture students, business licensed acupuncturists who hire me as a business coach, who say, I want to do what you do. I want less insurance patients, and I want to go all cash practice. I can help you. Whatever you want to do. If you want to build your practice at the VA, if you want to build your practice in a hospital, if you want to build your practice in a private clinic, if you want to go out on your own, ask my students. I have helped them do it. I have helped them go making money from being a contractor with other acupuncturists and helping them create their own practice. Whatever, and wherever in the world, anywhere in the world. I have students here in the U.S., students in almost every country, and on every continent. I have students in Europe, I have students in New Zealand, I have students in Asia, I have students here in the US, I have students in Canada, South America. I can help you. Money is money, okay? And so I want to share with you what I wrote. I think it's time, because this was shared on my forum. whatever you did, you posted it and someone screenshot it, and then it got to me. So one thing that I share with licensed acupuncturists is, if you want to be treated like a surgeon, you better act like one. Why is it that when people hear that someone's a heart surgeon or they're an orthopedic surgeon, we automatically respect them? But acupuncturists, we're not so well respected, are we? We're on the bottom of the totem pole somewhere. Let's be honest. Let's be super honest, because that post is raw. And I think the reason why God had me struggle for those first 7 years is so that this can happen. So I can share with acupuncturists, dude, I know what it's like. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It was hard. I remember going to my mom. My mom was an accountant. I went to her after a year of practice. And I said, Mom, or in the beginning, the first few months, and I said, Mom, and she always had another business, and she did well. I said, Mom, if I don't make it in a year, I'm going to go back to school and become a nurse. And she said, Mom, Anna, it doesn't work that way. You have to put in your time. I know 5 years seems like a lot of time, and maybe some of you have been in practice 10, 15 years and you're still struggling. You're living off your spouse. I don't live off my spouse. I make more than my spouse. And I don't advertise that, but he shares that with people, and he's proud of me. So, and I make more. I made more than I did last year. Every year you should make more. You are in the business of healing people, yes. But if you are, unless you got a job, like I saw someone got a job at UC Irvine Health, awesome. How many acupuncturists would have loved that? I saw back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a job at Kaiser, up in the Bay Area, and I would have loved to have that job, but I wasn't going to move to Hayward. You know, you should be able to open up a practice, but that's the conundrum, isn't it? That's the hard part. They didn't teach us business in Chinese medical school. They didn't teach us business, and we got to figure this out. We got to learn how to, practice on people, be very effective, but then we also have to, how do you pay for the internet? How do you get a new computer? And forget buying a car or buying a house. How do you keep your lights on in a practice? I used to get $60, $19.99, get $60, get the treatment, put the $60 in my car. I did. For many years, like I said, for 7 years, I had 1 or 2 jobs to create this, to build my practice. It was agonizing. It was so agonizing. I worked in 2 community medical clinics. I was the first licensed acupuncturist for, which is an FICQ, I forgot what it's called. It's basically, it's for the community clinics for the lower income. FHQC, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, it was Samahan Community Medical Clinics, both in Mira Mesa and National City. I don't know if they still have licensed acupuncturists, but I was there first. I was the first one, and I created that. And I'm going to tell you right here, there was this thing called the Yellow Pages, no internet. I went down the Yellow Pages, called every community clinic in San Diego till I got a yes. And people would just hang up on me. I would offer my services for free. I would offer for free because I was so moved by Patch Adams, and I wanted to be that doctor to change the world. And isn't that why we go into Chinese medical school? I was one of 2 20-year-olds in 1994 when I enrolled in Chinese medical school at Pacific College in Oriental Medicine. I was one of 5 students in our 20s. I was one of 2 who was actually 20. So it was my first profession. And most of my classmates were in their 2nd, 3rd, or 4th profession. They were medical doctors, architects, acupuncturists, nurses, engineers, and they were there because acupuncture saved their life. It saved their life. They had all kinds of health issues from, according to them, autoimmune issues, cancer, pain, whatever, according to them. I'm not saying acupuncture treats those, but I will say that that's what they said. And then because their life was saved, they wanted to go into this profession and make a difference in people's lives. But then what happened when we got out of school? Figure it out. And so this has been my path when Dr. Eileen Hahn, who was taught single-handedly by Dr. Tan, even before she was a licensed acupuncturist, Dr. Hahn created this class because she saw that I was hustling, because she knew what it takes, that I knew what it takes to create a practice where you see over 100 patients a week. And so if you want to see 30, 50, 80, 90, 100 plus patients a week, you might want to listen to what I'm going to say in this paper. So I'm not going to cut any corners. It's already 19 minutes, but I wanted to give you the insight of how I felt about that post. It was put on my professional post, my forum. So if you don't want people to see, don't post anything on social media, even if it's a private forum, because someone's going to screenshot it and share it. So I wrote this paper called How to Make More Money in Your Acupuncture Practice, and I did receive an A. So I will read and I will also share my 2 cents. So this is the abstract. The majority of acupuncturists who graduate from Chinese medical school are left to figure out how they're going to make a living the moment they are licensed. Some are lucky to find jobs in hospitals, small clinics with doctors of a variety of disciplines as their employers, but many find themselves having to open up their own clinics. Various studies online show that most acupuncturists earn less than $100,000 a year, with a median salary of $52,000 nationwide. The salary statistics do not prove to be commensurate with the amount of money, time, and effort that an average Eastern medical school graduate puts in and has to pay back in student loans. In this paper, I call Chinese medical students Eastern medical students. There's more to Oriental medicine than just Chinese medicine. There are different styles. So we're going to call it Eastern medicine. This article shares the importance of having confidence in creating a successful acupuncture practice. 3 steps are shared to help the new business owner on the path to creating money doing what they love. 1, a new acupuncturist should consider following an admirable and profitable practitioner. Observing how things are done helps create confidence that the process can be replicated. 2, hire a mentor who can teach the new acupuncturist how to achieve the desired goals. Close communication with a mentor can help a new practitioner learn aspects of business more easily and faster. Number 3, surround oneself with very successful acupuncturists who can further instill the confidence required to create a thriving practice. Iron sharpens iron. Our income is the average of our 5 best friends, so we should choose our business associates closely. These 3 business fundamentals can cut the learning curve for the new practitioner and speed up the profitability index. That is my abstract. I will read this paper in full. I had to have specific number of words. I could have made this little piece of paper that was the abstract. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. I could have made this 36 pages easily. If you go to successfulacupuncturist.com, if you look at, and if you talk to any of my students, ask them privately, can Anna teach this class for at least 8 hours a day for 4 days straight with no breaks? I absolutely can. And I would have written a huge book. So I actually do have a book. It's called The Business Acumen of Successful Acupuncturists, and it is a workbook. It's on my website. So before I move on to the actual paper, again, this is for a doctoral program. I do cite my references. Acupuncturist salary in California, 2002. Career Explorer, retrieved January 11, 2022. So I'm going to put these links and the citations. I'm going to cite them. If I'm posting this on YouTube, but I'll share it here in case you want to follow. Even though this particular citation was 2002, not much has changed in 2012, nor did it change much in 2022, unfortunately. And when I graduated with my Master of Acupuncture and Chinese Medicine in 1998, the same issues are not too different than the issues we are now still having as having graduated recently with my doctoral program, the Doctor of Acupuncture and Chinese Medicine, in 2022. So not much has changed. So this one is careerexplorer.com/careers/acupuncturist/salary/California. Let's see. California MD rental market trends. January 2022, Rent Cafe retrieved January 31, 2022, rentcafe.com/average-rent-market-trends/US/MD/California. And then what can I earn as an acupuncturist? There's no date. Natural Healers, retrieved January 11, 2022, naturalhealers.com, acupuncture, naturalhealers.com/acupuncture /salary. And actually, I have links with other actually government websites. I will find that. Let's see if I have it here before I go forward. Where's my doctoral? There are quite a few, basically, I'll find them and I'll post them, but you'll want to see those studies that are actually government websites showing exactly how much we make. Not too impressive. So, introduction. When I started practice in June 1999, I knew that building a clientele would not be immediate nor easy. My teachers at Pacific College already had prepared me for that. What I wasn't prepared for was the actual work it would take to build a practice that would sustain a lifestyle of financial independence. I didn't earn much of a profit, much less a living that I could be proud of from 1999 to 2006. 7 years of barely figuring out how to make money as an acupuncturist. There were times when I considered leaving my profession, only to prove my family right, when they told me in 1994 that I was an idiot to choose this career. Quoting, "Did you get stupid when you went to college? Who's going to pay you to do that?" I had attended University of San Francisco for my undergraduate training. That was in 1991. It was drudgery figuring out how to get clientele and help them and keep them coming until I fixed them. I also felt great humiliation for many years, while my friends from high school and undergrad were making financial gains, buying houses and cars while I was barely scraping by. Some of my friends had no problem ridiculing me that going into business for oneself is definitely not the way to go. Quoting, "It doesn't pay to open up a business. Just look at Anna." If you were to tell me from 1999 to 2006 that I would one day be teaching the business acumen of successful acupuncturists with the Academy of Acupuncture, be faculty with Dr. Eileen Hahn, the most senior student of the late Grand Master, Dr. Richard Tefutan, I would not only have thought you were lying, I would have wholeheartedly believed that you were another person making fun of me during my darkest hours. My intention in writing this article is to inspire hope to acupuncturists worldwide that you can make a living. Perhaps a few golden nuggets here may touch the heart of at least one aspiring doctor of Eastern medicine to keep faith that one can make a wonderful living with this as a career choice. These concepts and steps are rooted in one word: confidence. Confidence. Now, this paper is pretty vague. I'm not going to teach the essence of how to build a business. I had to follow a paradigm. I had to follow a platform on how to write this paper. So this is not the end all. This is just some concepts. If you really want to know how to see 30, 50, 80, 100 plus patients a week, go to successfulacupuncturist.com and you'll see that it's a lot more than just the 3 concepts I'm going to share here, okay? This was written specifically for this class. Making money starts with confidence. You can sell anything as long as you have confidence to sell it. My training outside of Eastern medicine has taught me how to sell anything and make great money doing it. You can do perfect marketing and networking, but if you lack confidence, you will not make money. You will not make good money. School did not teach me how to have confidence in opening a practice. Being confident in life and being confident in opening a business can be 2 different things. I was a confident person when I started, but I had 0 sense in how to open a practice. Confidence doesn't automatically give a person knowledge on how to create a business. I love 3-step rules because they are easy to remember and follow. Number 1, follow an acupuncturist that you admire. You admire that professional because they have confidence in their medicine and a business skill set. Ask how they started and emulate what they did in the beginning of their practice when they started profiting. The beginning is more important than what they are currently doing. The foundation of their practice is the real reason why they are so successful. That's when their hands got really dirty because they had to figure out many things on their own, probably the hard way. Pay attention with your observations. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them proportionately. Look, listen, and learn. Do it the old school way. Monkey see, monkey do. Just watch what the clinic is doing and follow suit. A busy clinic may do one of 2 things to you. It will make you feel overwhelmed, and you may feel more lost on how to create the situation for yourself, or it may inspire you to create something like that clinic or even better. Contrast is excellent in life. When you see what you don't like, you then have the clarity on what you actually want. Perhaps seeing over 100 patients a week is not your cup of tea. I personally believe that a new practitioner should see 1 patient an hour until they feel confident to see 2, then 3, and more. You can make a terrific living seeing 1 patient an hour, but to meet specific financial goals, you will have to charge more for your time. For those of you who aspire to see more patients per hour, make sure that your medicine is good and that you put your work reputation ahead of anything else. People do business with whom they love and trust, and one thing I've learned is this: people usually love to see their doctors work hard and be very skillful. There still is something very mystical about Eastern medicine, and when we do magic with our tools, we truly are looked upon with high esteem by those we serve. Do not shy away from the esoteric aspect of our medicine. Many lay people are still attracted to our work because we are non-mainstream. Embrace that. Use it to your advantage. Be the healer that they yearn for. Many of my own patients lost faith in Western medicine, and I somehow became their savior, someone who listened to them and believed that their suffering is not just in their heads. Most importantly, I deliver results that they want: less pain, less medication, better quality of life, and more. Before I continue with the rest of this paper that I wrote, I want to share that when this particular acupuncturist shared this post, one other doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine shared this, and he was a CIO, Chief Information Officer, in his previous career. I think this changed his life, Chinese medicine, and so he decided to leave his work as a really high-end IT guy and become a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine who is profiting immensely in the East Coast. He's either a DACM or a DAOM. I think their motivation is purely financial. There are other things where a person can make that kind of money. Also, seems that the time involved to get started is relatively short. Police academy doesn't take years. Now, the other thing is, will they live that long to see the 110,000 annually? So I'm going to deviate just a little bit because I have a friend that I've taken a lot of personal protection classes from. His company, Professor Jimmy Terrell, his company is National Force Training Academy. I've been involved in some kind of martial arts since I was 7. This is my 10th year consistently training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And so when I've trained with Jimmy, Professor Officer Jimmy, who also has taught SWAT, he's taught Special Forces, and I also get the chance to once in a while train with Elite U, with Professor Michael Donvito and his associates who were Special Forces. I have been told that they go out of their way. I'm not going to say those specific men, but there are people who are higher level law enforcers who go out of their way to weed out people in the police academies to make sure that everyone stays safe. When you're carrying a badge, when you're carrying a gun, that's no joke. And it's hard work to take down a bad guy. I'm going to assume that. I have quite a few patients and friends who are law enforcers and also in military. To go, in my opinion, this is all my opinion, to go into a law enforcement profession where you're putting your life on the line simply for a salary, and you can hate me for this all you want, but I think I'm speaking for most people who are dedicating their lives to the badge to protect civilians. If you're doing it for profit as opposed to what that badge stands for, I don't think you really have the mental acumen to be a law enforcer. You know, taking classes on how to disarm guns, disarm knives, how, not doing jujitsu in a real fight, taking those classes, it's hard work. And so if you are just naturally talented, where you have the physical acumen and the mental acumen to be able to get into a street fight with your badge and your gun, and to keep yourself safe and keep the people around you safe without accidentally killing someone, and you're in complete control, then also, so be it. But I think what this doctor and I are seeing from that public post is that it's purely motivational. I'm not hearing, wow, I really want to be a cop because I want to do this, I want to protect people, I want to, make a change and whatever. We just had in 2020, I don't know what's going on with the whole thing, but the defunding police, like, are you willing to stand up? Are you willing? Is there a mission that you have? And I can tell you, as a licensed acupuncturist, now as a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and also as a business consultant to, tens and tens of acupuncture students, you got to have mental grit. And if it's hard building a practice, you might really want to, think twice about, I'm not saying you shouldn't follow your goals if it's truly your ambition to protect and serve. As a law enforcer, absolutely do it. But if it's just for financial gain, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're in class, and I hope you are, with Professor Jimmy Terrell or any of my friends who are law enforcers, and you don't have what it takes to physically protect yourself, then you should not be a cop. Because you are protecting children, you're protecting women, you're protecting men, you're protecting people who can't protect themselves. So, just something to consider. And another response was from another doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. She's also a functional medical doctor. She said she responded to my post. I read from her post some desperation. I will do a video about our salaries in our profession. I did a presentation to my doctoral training on this subject. She better be mentally, I don't know if this is a man or a woman, but it sounds like, I don't know, I could be wrong. He or she better be mentally and physically tough. My SWAT and Special Forces friends go out of their way to wean out weaklings from the academies for their safety. Acupuncture business, you better be mentally tough. Advice for the day, put in long hours. So someone responded to that, this doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and she's a functional medicine doctor. She said, yes, I have also been lucky to work with some passionate, dedicated, and honorable armed forces that commit their time to preparing cadets in their respective academies. I also wish this person peace of mind. Having power is one thing. Using power for the benefit of others is another thing. And she said she's looking forward to watching my video. And someone else posted, her passion was not acupuncture or the profession. Her goal sounds only money driven, and that is not the reason why I went to acupuncture school. I don't know if this is correct or not. This is someone's post from having read that. I wish her well. It is her journey to experience. I went to acupuncture school because I have a passion for learning and the healing field that saved my life twice already. I feel it is a very personal journey. I knew that my goal was not first to make money. My goal first is to make a great compassionate healer, is to be a great compassionate healer. Then the money flows. Yes, but let's face it. If you're opening up a practice, you got to know how to make money. And then someone else posted, he's been a licensed acupuncturist since 1998 and a registered nurse, having worked in multiple parts of the Western medicine since 1994. So licensed acupuncturist as well as a registered nurse. I would agree. However, she may have to make a split-second decision that will affect her partner and the community she may serve. So you're gonna be a partner to some other cop. So I hope that what we're saying is, we hope that your decision to become a police officer is not just financially motivated. Like, you better know how to train really hard physically, and you better know how to protect your partner's back as well as your own, because you got to get home safe and sound. And I hope that you're just not becoming a cop just because you share just how much they make, but you didn't say your passion to want to become a police officer. And that could be part of the criticism, if you will, why you're not making it as an acupuncturist. I had to do a lot of soul searching from 1999 to 2006 to the point when the day came that I finally did make a profit. So again, 99 to 2006, I didn't make a profit. In 1996, March 6th, I met Dr. Richard Tan. I was always working one or two other jobs. January 24, 2007 was my last paycheck from another job. So going back to what this person said, my father worked law enforcement at the local and federal levels and told me of horror stories about people who passed the academy but never should have been a cop. I still remember one story. So I'm going to repeat that because this person's been in practice longer than me in medicine, both Western medicine and Eastern medicine, and his father was in law enforcement at the local and federal levels. And his dad told him of horror stories about people who passed the academy but never should have been a cop. I can't help think if this person drank the Kool-Aid, would they be making more than $40,000 a year? He's talking about our training with the balance method. I have heard the average L.AC sees between 26 and 30 visits per week. It would be interesting to know that what the average is for balance method acupuncturists may be broken down by the number of continuing educations obtained with balance method acupuncture classes. Or if they hooked up with Anna, meaning me, I'm thinking the average is more than 26 patients per week. You got to see at least 50 plus patients per week, at least. But, when people work with me, if they decide, Anna, I only want to see Dr. Dolopo, I only want to see 20 patients a week. But if they want to see 50, 70, 80, 90, 100 plus, I can help you. I hope you got some insight from what our colleagues are sharing about that public post. Again, if you don't want your post being spread out to the world, don't post it. So, number 2 in my paper, hire a mentor. If you see someone who has what you want and has been where you are, you really should consider hiring them if they are willing to teach you. Hire them as your doctor, but also hire them as a mentor. This costs time and money. Never assume that people just want to give their knowledge for free. People who pay attention. If you desire to get something for nothing, then you will get absolutely nothing. Your mentors owe you nothing. So if you get something for free, don't expect that to last for long. Your zero investment adds nothing to the energy you are expecting from someone successful and skilled. Our greatest resources are money and time. Treat their resources that they share with you like gold. All of the money that I have invested in myself continues to pay off. CEUs, marketing strategies, personal development, and more. Your education did not end the day you earned your degree. It simply started. A willing mentor will help you cut that learning curve. You will invest, but you will save money, time and heartache in the long run, and you will earn more money sooner. I'll share something really fast. So let's say you hire me one time at $500 a month, specifically for business training. That $500 should make you at least $5,000 to $50,000 more that year, if not in the next 1 to 5 years. So if you're thinking, really don't want to hire someone for $500, well, you're about to invest at least 4 to 6 months to become a police officer. You're going to not work. You're going to train day in and day out, and you're going to push yourself beyond your limits. So at least one time, you might want to consider working with me or some other, if another business acupuncture coach can show you the results over and over and over. So I don't have this funnel system where I just take people's money and take the training and see what happens. I actually do work one-on-one. And if you can work with that person and really implement exactly what I'm teaching you, and you are starting to see 5, 10, 15, 20 more patients per week, is that something you would consider before you just close the door on this profession? Yeah, you know what? Chinese medical school all around the world, they should tell their acupuncture students, look, you might not make a profit the first 7 years like Dr. Dolopo did. But if you put in the time and the effort, you may actually become very profitable. In 2020, while so many acupuncture clinics were closing due to economic hardship, 6 of my elite black belts opened practices with confidence. They are thriving. Confidence was instilled into them that they could make a profit while many acupuncturists were drowning in their financial sorrows. I taught them how. Number 3, surround yourself with successful acupuncturists. These professionals have put in sweat equity to get where they are today. Dr. Tan drilled it into my head to stop associating with sad, broke acupuncturists. I learned in my personal development training that our income is the average of our 5 best friends. My billionaire mentor told me that if Aristotle Onassis lost everything, the first thing he would do was to surround himself with very wealthy and successful people. Iron sharpens iron. Success breeds success. I hope that makes sense to you so far. So I surround myself with very successful people. And there's something that I like to share. If you want to go fast, run alone. If you want to go far, run together. So you want to run with acupuncturists who are very successful, or at least on that vector of becoming whatever successful is to them. One of my top elite black belts had her car delivered to her, an Alfa Romeo, in 2020. I'm so proud of her. And she's now in something 2,000 plus square foot. I want to say 2,600, but it's at least 2,000 square foot office. A lot more of my students are cash practice. And some of the best feelings that I get is when someone tells me, Anna, I just signed my last contract. I just ripped up the last contract with as ASHP. And then there are people who just want to focus on insurance, and I help them with that too. But for those acupuncturists who are so hell-bent on having a cash practice like me, it's very gratifying when I see that they were able to make it to a point where they are taking in more cash rates. That $90 follow-up fee, the $200 initial fee that I have, that's in a community setting. I don't have community rates like sliding scale and stuff like that. I don't do that. Something to consider. So, understand the industry. Onassis also said, after a certain point, money is meaningless. It ceases to be the goal. The game is what counts. I got that from quoteswise.com. Remember that Eastern medicine is your game. Attitude plus action equals success. Cultivate a winning mindset and do money-making activities daily. Do the right things long enough consistently with the right attitude, and your marketing activities will pay off. According to Career Explorer 2022, the average salary for an acupuncturist in California is around $68,750 per year. I like to reverse engineer data. This means that the average acupuncturist earns $5,729.17 monthly. This was taken 2022. For an acupuncturist to earn this at $100 per treatment, that's if you have the guts to charge $100 per treatment, the acupuncturist sees 57 patients a month. The average rent for housing is $1,566 in California, according to rentcafe.com. This was from 2022. $4,613.17 is now left for car payment, car insurance, office rent, malpractice insurance, business insurance. So let's say we keep that budget down to $2,000. The acupuncturist is now left to live on $2,163.17 to live on for 4 weeks. This does not include student loans. The budget is now to live on $540 per week for groceries and anything else. So you can see why this woman wants to leave, this person wants to leave their profession, our profession, for something more stable. You saw an ad, cop, let's train you to be a police officer. You might really want to consider your intention in when you choose a career. Focus on your intention as an acupuncturist. And if you train with me, I can translate that passion and that love you have for Chinese medicine and how you affect your patients into making it something special, where it's actually a career. And you become like me. You had your last paycheck, like I did, January 24, 2007, from someone else. That's a really sad, I'm going to read it one more time because it's sad. I'm very sad for this person. But I'm not that sad because I have the solution. So he or she is devoting the next 4 to 6 months to physical training. 5 years, going to throw it down the drain, but not completely. It's just not going to be the primary source of income. So you're going to be a cop and you're going to practice acupuncture at the same time on the side. You're making $40,000 a year. So let's do the math. So 40,000, I'm assuming that's pre-tax. That's, gross. Divide by 12. So you're making $3,333.33 a month. So police officers start at 60,000, and by your 5th year, 110,000 annually. I remember seeing in Irvine they start at 95,000. You better be good. I'm gonna tell you right now. I respect police officers. I respect law enforcers. My dad served 20 years in the military. I am bred to respect people in uniform. Firefighters, law enforcers, military. I am bred to respect military. Anyone who's willing to die for me, who's pledged their own life to protect me, protect my 3 kids, protect my home. My husband and I were training jiu-jitsu last night in the garage, and in quiet Mission Viejo, there was a ghetto bird in the air. And I grew up in Southeast San Diego. I grew up in Encanto. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. My house is 5 minutes down in San Diego. My house is 5 minutes from the projects. So you can't tell me I don't know what a ghetto bird is, because at least once a month there was a chopper above my house. So Drew and I were rolling, and then after about 45 minutes, it occurred to me, there is a chopper up there. And I said to my husband, is there a ghetto bird up here? Like here? We never hear that because we're in South OC. And, and he went online and he saw that there was some kind of car theft, and actually one of the thieves actually went into someone's house. So you willing to do that? Are you willing? Do you have the capability? I hope you can. Because last year or the year before that, there was a shooting in Florida, and one of the police officers couldn't make it on the campus. Didn't have the wherewithal to go on campus and fight this terrorist, this person who's killing kids. So, something to consider. Are you willing to put your life on the line? And you're going to start off at $60K. You better be, you have to have mental strength and physical strength. And I hope they teach it to you in the police academy. But as I read to you, one of my students is a registered nurse and a licensed acupuncturist, and his father served he was a law enforcer at the local and the federal levels, and saw that so many people passed the academy but didn't have what it took to actually be a police officer. So now I said natural. Now we're going to go on to the next one. Natural Healers, no date, states the median salary in the USA for an acupuncturist is $82,420. I make a lot more than this. The bottom 10% salary is $43,200. The top 10% earn $160,999. The projected job growth is 4.7%. I emphasize to my elite black belts that if they want to be respected like a surgeon, they should start acting like a surgeon. Let's take this data and see how our quality of life improves. The acupuncturist is now earning, this acupuncturist, we're going to reverse engineer, is now earning $13,415.83 per month, with a gross weekly budget of $3,353.96. More money usually relates to less stress and more options. When someone has a bigger budget to live on, that automatically resolves many issues. How often do some of our patients come in for stress, and how many of them are financial? We cannot help others if we cannot help ourselves. $13,415.83 amounts to 134 patients a month, which is 33 patients a week, 7 patients a day. This is totally doable. Here's the magic I share with my elite black belts once they start seeing the potential numbers. I ask them exactly how many tables and recliners they can put into their clinics, single rooms or community space, regardless of the total square footage. I practice in a community space, and my lowest follow-up rate is $90 per treatment. Without going into full detail here, my elite black belts start seeing a glimpse of their possible future. If they can see 4 patients an hour and give exceptional service at $80 a treatment, this seems to be the sweet spot for most acupuncturists. They are earning $320 an hour. The excitement begins. All of a sudden, my students start wanting to work harder and wanting to see more patients. Our consultations work out tailor-made logistics. I work out tailor-made logistics with each of my elite black belts. There's no one-size-fits-all. Just like you, as a licensed acupuncturist or a doctor of Eastern medicine, acupuncture and oriental medicine, or acupuncture and Chinese medicine, should not be giving standard treatments to everyone, even if you're doing TCM. Dude, I did TCM 1999 to 2006. It was what my degree is in. I know a standard treatment. Large intestine 4, lung 7, stomach 36, spleen 6, kidney 3, Ren 12, Ren 4, stomach 25, Du 20, Shen Men, Yin Tang. Gallbladder 34, gallbladder 40, kidney 7. You should not be throwing out, shoe points, back shoe points. You should not be having a one-size-fits-all type of treatment. Same thing with balance method. Same thing with 5 element. Same thing with Japanese meridian therapy. Same thing with auricular. We should have tailor-made treatments, correct? So I give tailor-made consultations. And so I'm taking the time. It is 9:08 p.m. and my 4-year-old is here because I really want to make this video while I'm feeling passionate about this text. He's here today. He's not usually with me. He just wanted to be with me all day. Let me see. One thing that I want to share about this, I said the excitement begins. All of a sudden, my students start wanting to work harder and wanting to see more patients. I taught some private classes on my own on Zoom with my students this month in August, early August, first Sunday of the month and the second Sunday of the month. And it was called basically how to activate previous patients. When you're not making a lot of money, you feel tired. But when you're making a lot of money, you want to work. You're hustling. You want to work. You want to stay up. You want to make newsletters. Every week I make a newsletter. If you go to Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com/newsletters, or you can go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, go to the part where it says for patients, go down to newsletters, and you will see my archive of a bunch of newsletters. If you go to my August newsletter, one of my August newsletter, let's see. I actually just did I just did it today, men's health newsletter. If you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/men, you will see today's newsletter. I do a newsletter every week. I have 2 new acupuncturists, doctors of acupuncture and oriental medicine, and doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, respectively. Dr. Shore Omidi and Dr. Hope Lin. They work for me. I pay them $50 per patient. They are contracted, and I'm in the process right now to hiring another contractor as a massage therapist. We worked at Burke Williams together since 2003. I want, starting at $50 per client. I want them to feel like they're making a lot of money. If you go to this newsletter, you'll see what I put in it. I put it together in less than 30 minutes. When you're making a lot of money, you want to work. So this is my newsletter. So what's in this newsletter? Aches and pain testimonial, anxiety video, 2 back pain testimonials, back pain video by Dr. Dolopo, back pain video with Dr. Lin, back and knee pain testimonial, experience with Dr. Dolopo testimonial, expectations when working with Dr. Dolopo video, hip pain testimonial, immunity testimonial, that was regarding mono, strep throat, and large spleen, men and their emotions video, multiple sclerosis and trigeminal neuralgia testimonial, neck and arm pain testimonial, pain newsletter, pain testimonial, prevent blue balls video, Qigong at the beach September 4 with Dr. Dolopo, scents that arouse men video, sciatic pain and stress testimonial, sore muscles testimonial, sperm motility video, sperm quality and quantity video, thumb injury testimonial, torn hamstring testimonial, virility for men, fertility testimonials, what turns women on video. All that I made in 10 minutes. Basically, I compiled years of videos, a lot of them recent, but years of testimonials that you can find on Yelp. I've been reviewed over 278 plus times on Yelp, a few times on Google, quite a few times on Facebook, and a lot of testimonials directly. Elements in Harmony Acupuncture.com is not my first website. I control that website. MoveYourQi.com was created by Andy Dio, my original He helped with marketing. He created my logo. Let's see if you can see my little logo. You'll see it at elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. I've hired, my successfulacupuncturist.com. That logo is trademarked. Elements in Harmony, that lotus is mine. So, it takes work to learn how to market yourself. And the reason why I share this, when I say put in long hours, when you're getting paid a lot, you want to put in long hours. When you're not getting paid a lot, you're not working long hours. It's drudgery. Dr. Hope Lynn, if you go to her page on my website, on our website, I should say, if you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, go to For Patients, you'll see Dr. Hope Lynn's. You'll see that part of her resume shows that she worked at Modern Acupuncture, 2018 to 2021. At the time, I don't know about now, they were paying $25 an hour. That's whether you see 1 patient an hour or 8 patients an hour. Guess what? If you're getting paid the same amount seeing 8 or more patients per hour as you would seeing 1 or 2 patients, what's the incentive? So for now, this is a great place to make extra money, making $50 per client. If she knows how to see 4 patients an hour, 50 times 4, that's $200 an hour. She just has to pay her own taxes. So, and I checked everything with my CPA, exactly how to legally have a contractor here, professional contractor here in the state of California. So, not breaking any laws, doing everything legitimately with taxes. So, let's see. Our consultations work out tailor-made logistics. Acupuncturists now see possibility of earning a minimum of $1,000 a day, $5,000 per week, $20,000 per month. Can we make more? We absolutely can. I see all out-of-pocket patients at a minimum of $90 per treatment. That's not including herbs. So I have, at the time I said 6 massage tables, 4 recliners, and 2 lobby room anti-gravity chairs. So I have 6 tables. 5 in the community, 1 private. So if they want the private room, it's $50 more. 4 recliners. And I used to have 6 anti-gravity chairs out here. Then COVID happened. Now it's just 2. So typically, if someone wants to be completely away, they can pay for the higher room solely by itself, or they can be here in the lobby. You'd have to check out my location to see what I'm talking about. I learned firsthand from Dr. Tan how to deliver powerful, sustainable, and amazing results, while not having to bill any insurance since 2008, when I left the insurance game. In any business, confidence creates money, money creates confidence. I say this over and over in my private training videos. Your medicine better be good. And I wrote that capitalized. Your medicine better be good. Dr. Dolopo's medicine is excellent. And if you don't believe me, go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. I try to promote my doctors, but a lot of times people want me. So I told my doctors who are now working for me, your biggest challenge will be to compete with me. So we're trying, but I had to build my reputation too. When I was a nobody. I was a nobody for a long time. I just, pounded the dirt, pounded the pavement, did my work, built my reputation. Everyone has to do it, whether you're in as a service industry, as a hairstylist, you just got out of school and you want to prove to everyone that the way you do hair is going to be unique compared to other hairstylists. Everyone has to do it. Everyone has to put in their time. 5 years is not enough time. 5 years, what I hear from that, what I read from that is basically you did not do any business training since you graduated. And no one told you. But now you know. Now you know you have to do business training. If you have the key to your own office or you're renting someone else, I have been there where I couldn't make my rent and my best friend lent me $500. And it took me months, if not maybe a year, to pay back $500. And now I have 2 nannies that work for me. I have 2 employees, and I'm about to have a 3rd one. And, God willing, we shall see if we move into a bigger office. But you go to the next logical step. And you have to do it. You have to create a plan and work that plan. You can't sell bad medicine and stay in business for long. If you want to be in business, deliver what you promise. If you want to prosper in business, deliver more than you promise. If your intention is, I'm not a good acupuncturist, I'm not making money, so I better find another profession, I better become a cop. Your intention vibrationally is not, I'm a great doctor, I'm going to give the best that I can. You're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So let me ask you a question. If you were going to have open heart surgery and you were with a surgeon who's like, I really don't want to be a heart surgeon. I really want to be an actress. So, or a singer. They're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. No, the person who's going to work on your heart better be 2 feet in, completely committed to their work. So how do you make more money in your acupuncture practice? I focused on confidence in this article. I gave a bird's eye view on this topic. When you emulate someone who does a skill daily, you're bound to become like that person. Dr. Tan was that person to me, whom I had met March 6, 2006. Repetition is the mother of skill. I say this all day long to my kids, to my students, to my patients. Start with 1 patient an hour and go from there. And if you deliver great results, you have the power to earn a great income. Conclusion. Confidence reflects how you present yourself daily. Market yourself on social media, newsletters, online photos, videos, networking events, seminars, as well as business and social events outside Eastern medicine. The legendary Wang Fei Heng was my original master in 1991. Subconsciously, I've acted like him since. You are the product you sell. Sell you like your livelihood depends on it. So at the time, this was my bio. So when I wrote this paper, it was Navida Dolopo, licensed acupuncturist, diplomate of acupuncture, has been serving Southern California since 1999, specializing in fertility. Actually, I didn't write this. Someone else wrote this. We were asked to have our bio written from someone else. So my specialty is actually pain, but I have become quite a bit of a challenging cases fertility specialist. So it was Dr. Marlene Vong, who is second generation herbalist and acupuncturist in Kearny Mesa in San Diego. So thank you. She wrote this. She received her master in traditional Oriental medicine from Pacific College of Oriental Medicine, San Diego campus in 1998. Anna is currently enrolled in the doctorate program at Pacific College of Health and Science. She earned her gold level balance method acupuncture certificate in 2012 and BOTSA certificate in 2015 from the late Grandmaster Dr. Richard Tefutan. Anna's thriving practice, Elements in Harmony Acupuncture and Chinese Herbs, is located in Laguna Hills, Orange County, California. Aside from treating patients, Anna also teaches the Business Acumen of Successful Acupuncturist course with the Academy of Acupuncture. She provides invaluable knowledge and mentorship to new and seasoned acupuncturists alike. She's one of my elite black belts. With various achievements such as Level 5 Global Information Network member and a Purple Belt Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, Anna is also a proud mother of 3 with children ages 4, 11, and 17. This was written January 2022, and happily married for 20 years. This October will be 20 years. Her ability to balance her personal and professional life is nothing short of inspiring. When Anna has free time, she plays violin with her family. So, this is my paper. I didn't cut any corners. There are a lot of, there are at least 6 other, let's see if I have access to it right now. And if I can't find it right now, I will, let me see, I will put the link. I'm trying to find it, but I can't. There's quite a few citations from government websites sharing our salaries as acupuncturists. And when you see our salaries, you can understand why people don't respect us like they do with, primary care providers, orthopedic surgeons, gastroenterologists, heart surgeons, nurse practitioners. But when people see, I have a lot of people who are medical doctors, who are patients. I have a lot of nurse practitioners here. I have a lot of people who are, lawyers, accountants, people in law, people who make $500,000, if not in the millions. They develop things. They develop land. They're in land development. They are realtors, commercial realty. They own realty companies with staff. So when you have people of that kind of caliber, that means they trust me. They want to be with a professional. And when you're posting things like, I want to leave this profession and go somewhere else, I understand your desperation. And maybe that was in a private post, but it got to me. It reached me, and it reached other acupuncturists. So when you post things like that, it's not super professional. It's showing that you can't make it. But now that you know that there are people like me who can help you, and I see on Facebook other people who are promoting how to build your practice. I don't have a funnel system for a reason. I work one-on-one with people so that you can have a program tailor designed for you, whether you're a mom or a dad, or you have no desire to have kids. It's just you and the dogs. You're married. You're wherever in the world. I can help you build your practice. I help people in FHQCs have more practice. If you want to know, if you have a specific person that you want to speak with, I can find that elite black belt and say, hey, can you talk to this person? Share with them how your business has increased, how your financial wealth has improved from working with me. So this is well over an hour video. I'm probably not going to touch on this topic again because I, read my whole paper. I just hope that you understand that you can make money as a licensed acupuncturist. And I hope you don't throw away all your training. I didn't make a profit from 1999 to 2006. I wanted to quit this profession so many times. I was so disheartened. What I read was exactly where I was. And if you were to tell me that I was going to build my practice, to a point where I can be independent as an acupuncturist, I would have, laughed at you. There's one place I want to lead you to before I end this video. If you go to my videos, youtube.com/c/Navida Dolopo-elements-in-harmony/videos. You'll see quite a few of my videos, but there's one that is my clinical pearl, Dr. Tan's balance method. I will play it and I will read it to you. So this was also for my doctor program. I started practice in 1999. I practiced traditional Chinese medicine from 1999 to 2006. So I'm going to read, this is basically a PowerPoint that I converted into a video. My success rate was 40 to 60% in helping people significantly improve or graduate from physical or mental ailments. That was using TCM. Let's see. I tried different styles of acupuncture whenever I took continuing education units: Japanese meridian therapy, Korean hand acupuncture, various scalp acupuncture techniques, various auricular acupuncture techniques. Going on to the next slide. Having a business does not pay off. Look at Anna. While I was trying different styles of acupuncture during the first 7 years, I was unable to earn a living as a licensed acupuncturist. Sound familiar from this post? During those 7 years of having to work 1 to 2 side jobs just to make ends meet, I had wanted to quit this Chinese medicine profession. That's when I met Dr. Richard Tefutan, right before I was going to finally quit. Before I move forward, this class, so the paper I read was for practice-based learning with Pacific College of Health and Science. I submitted this on January 18, 2022 with Dr. Tuesday Wasserman. This video that I'm reading from, I made this PowerPoint June 15, 2022 for Dr. Julie Olson's class, Integrative Pain Management with Pacific College of Health and Science. During those 7 years of having to work 1 to 2 side jobs just to make ends meet, I had wanted to quit this Chinese medicine profession. That's when I met Dr. Richard Tefutan, right before I was going to finally quit. So now you know why I did this video, because I know where this woman's coming from. I don't know if it's a woman. Maybe it's a man. It just feels like it's from a woman, so I apologize if it is for a man. My life changed forever. March 6, 2006 was the day Dr. Tan took away my chronic pain of 10 plus years. I tried everything to heal myself, but it was his balance method that healed me finally. That's another story. I'm not going to talk about it here, but that was my clinical pearl. I was finally able to play my violin because I had no more pain. I wasn't able to play for at least 2 years. Dr. Tan's balance method cured me. I got hooked and my success rate soared to 85 to 95% efficacy. Again, you don't have to be a balance method acupuncturist to work with me, but it really helped me build my practice. Quoting, when you stand on the pole, you should immediately see the shadow. That's how Dr. Tan taught me. I started practice on June 22, 1999. I met Dr. Tan on March 6, 2006. January 24, 2007 was my last paycheck from another company. So I'm pretty consistent in my message, aren't I? Next slide. I earned Dr. Tan's 2 highest certifications. This was part of the reason why I didn't go for my doctorate right away. This was more important to me. I earned the Dr. Tan Gold Level Certified Balance Method Acupuncturist, and I earned Dr. Tan Certified Batsa Consultant. Those mean a lot to me. When Dr. Tan died, a part of me died. I felt like a Ronin, a masterless samurai. I had my balance method colleagues, the other senior students. We supported each other. So, losing a master was very difficult. And that might be part of the reason why this person is suffering, because they don't have a mentor. Dr. Eileen Hahn surprised me with a gift in 2017. She asked me to teach with the Academy of Acupuncture a class called The Business Acumen of Successful Acupuncturists. It's my pride and joy. SuccessfulAcupuncturist.com is part of my pride and joy. I'm so grateful to share that with you. So me, the acupuncturist who barely made ends meet from 1999 to 2006, doctor told me that I was the chosen one, but there were so many more talented acupuncturists than me. I did not know what he meant. I then realized in 2017, when the most senior student of Dr. Tan created this class for me, this. Sorry, the video has music, so it's taking a while. My gift is not just to heal people from physical and mental health issues. My gift is to heal people from ineffective acupuncture business practice. That's what you just read. I don't want to be an acupuncturist, I want to be a cop. Helping acupuncturists make more money. Dr. Tan taught me how to heal people quickly. He taught me his balance method. He taught me how to help people come in frequently until they heal. That's where the financial wound is, isn't it? Not being able to, because of my scapular pain of 10 years and my inability to earn good income as an acupuncturist. And there's a little sad face that I have there. I'm going to share this in my little group today. I started to really think outside of the box as a healer and as a business owner. I was led to a totally different style of acupuncture. Something to consider is if you continue to do what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always got. If you want things in your life to change, you have to change things in your life. So Dr. Tan taught me how to think like him. Acupuncture 1, 2, 3. I created Business Acumen 1, 2, 3. So one thing I share is systems work, but you have to have a system. So if you don't have a system to make money, you're not going to make money. So my clinical pearl is Dr. Tan's Balance Method Acupuncture. And I think that is the end of my presentation. I'm going to share this. If you're on Telegram, I strongly recommend that you go on Telegram, that you consider watching this video. So there's some pictures of Dr. Tan. So do visit my YouTube channel. I gave it to you earlier. Watch that video, my clinical pearl. I really appreciate you watching this to the very end. I hope this impacts at least one person who's a licensed acupuncturist. Hang out with acupuncturists that are very successful, and they're going to show you how. And if you're one of my students, you may, or if you're compelled to become one of my students, I can help you see 50, 80, 100 plus patients. And if you just want to see 20 to 30 patients a week, that's fine too. But you got to define your level of success, and you got to create that plan and work that plan and be confident. And really think twice if you want to just throw this all away. I don't think you can really become a police officer and do this on the side. Maybe you can. But how sad that you became a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, a licensed acupuncturist, and you don't have the skill set. So even when you graduate from the academy, that doesn't guarantee that you will actually become a police officer. I see people who actually graduated, but they didn't become a police officer because they don't have the actual wherewithal, the mental acuity, the physical acuity to actually protect and to serve. So if your job is to serve and to heal, and you actually have the title, and you're board certified or licensed here in the state of California or wherever you are in the country, board certified, you can practice anywhere practically, you really might want to consider learning some skill sets outside of being an acupuncturist so that you can actually make really good money. All right, take care. Again, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. This is my 24th year in practice, and successfulacupuncturist.com. Take care.